And that one. Alrighty. Now we got a couple reviews. Yeah, he can't hear us. I'm telling him. Yeah, just needed that. Sorry about technical difficulties, but they're almost done. All right. We'll go ahead and get started here, Britten. What do you have on the agenda for the two reviews? I know we've already got it all lined out, but why don't you go ahead and set it up?
Okay, so I believe first we're going to go is a authentic Mexican joint over near Dolphin Hills Kroger called La Paloma. I was exposed to these folks from a friend of mine. Made a recommendation. Y'all may know him. It's a guy. He's pretty big on the food scene around here. Big Josh told me that I needed to go check those out. Big Josh Lindblom, and so I went over and checked them out. And it's one of my favorite little places to be able to get to and do that. You know, I'm one of those guys. I don't know, Phil, if you're this way, but I could probably eat tacos 3, 4, 5 days a week. You know, the variety and what's there. So we went over. Was able to go over there. Met my daughter for lunch there one day. And go through. They've got a selection, and it's like I said, you know, you can tell it's not. They take a lot of pride in their food and put a lot of love into it, and that's always that's a recipe for success, in my opinion.
All right, you can hear me, right, Britten?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Good. I was just making sure. And Nate, if you're out there listening, you just couldn't hear us. That was the issue when your camera went off. We could hear you though, so everything you said was broadcasted. If you need to drop though, Nate, and don't feel like working on this, you can do that. Me and Britten will finish this up. But you're still there.
We can bring it home.
Yeah. All right, let's go on.
All right, we're back here in Elizabethtown, Kentucky at La Paloma. We're getting some tacos today and an empanada. And George's got some chorizo. That's a thick taco. This is the carnitas. Very subtle. Not like some I've had. A pretty good taco. All right, this is an asada and chorizo taco. The chorizo mixed out of flavor bomb. Pretty good. So this is the empanada. It's like a little meat pie. They make their dough here, fried everything here. One of my favorites. I love the pastry. That may be the best thing I've eaten today. It's excellent. All right, I have some high hopes for this one. This is I saved the best for last, I hope. This is barbacoa. That's the best thing I've eaten there. That's the best barbacoa I've had anywhere in this area. That's absolutely fantastic.
So, you know, it's funny, Phil. You go in, and part of me wants to find a restaurant where you go in and everything is the best that you've had. But it's also, but it seems to be like everybody you get in, and so like La Paloma has the best barbacoa, which is it's the beef. You know, it's like it's kind of like birria, but a little bit different. I think it's a different cut. You know, there's another place that I go if I want the best carnitas. There's another place for the best pastor, which I guess kind of makes it interesting when you're going when you're going based on what you want to eat to go with it. But you know, I think for 3 tacos and the empanada and my daughter's plate, we were out for like maybe $24-$25. Super affordable. You know, I love it when you're at a place where, you know, the wife comes out and manages the counter. She takes your order. They go back there. She starts working on your order. The husband's there working on the orders. And, you know, I've been there before, and their kids are over in a booth working on their homework, which kind of, you know, that's a lot of nostalgia for me because that's similar to how I grew up in our family's restaurant. But, I mean, these guys do a great job, and they've been over there for, I want to say for at least 5 years now. They've been there and, you know, have really built their business and have quite a following.
And where exactly is this for folks that aren't aware?
Okay, so it's La Paloma, and it's over on it's on Dolphin Drive. It's in the Dolphin Hills Kroger, and then there's a medical building, and then it's over in the outlot across across the parking lot from. And ironically, there used to be a Chinese place there, and the gentleman that had the Chinese place, he passed away, and then these folks came in shortly after him and took over the space and have just done an outstanding job.
So if you compare this to like other Mexican restaurants in the area, is there anything unique about it or different other than it sounds like it's family owned and more authentic type Mexican too?
Well, so this is something that you know, I don't know what your mom's specialty dish is, but let's just say it's fried chicken. My mom's specialty dish was fried chicken, or maybe it's meatloaf. And, you know, you can go somewhere and have somebody's meatloaf and then go somewhere else and have the same meatloaf somewhere, have meatloaf again in another place. And it's two complete experiences. And that's kind of how a lot of our Mexican restaurants are really authentic Mexican restaurants with the street tacos and things like that. That's kind of how they are. They are fantastic, and they're all different. And so in some things, in some places are better than others. Like I said, their barbacoa is the best barbacoa I've had in Hardin and Meade County. If I want birria, I'm going to Del Valle. I think at Del Valle Tacos on the square in Etown. Their birria is the best I've had. Carnitas, I like Taquera Muchos in Muldraw. And if I want Pastor, I'm going to El Molino right down the street. I don't cook Mexican food. That's an ethnic branch I haven't gotten into, and so that's one of the cool parts about it. I am for any of our listeners there. I am the next thing that I'm always looking for a great sandwich. That's always a lot of fun. And the next thing that I'm always looking for great tamales. This time of year, tamales are one of my favorites. In the Hispanic culture, they're usually a Thanksgiving, Christmas thing is when they're really popular. So I mean, I will go buy them out of a gas station parking lot to find great tamales. So if anybody's got some tamales that they can places for tamales they recommend, let me know, and I will. That'll be a Brit only because Michelle she doesn't eat tamales, but that'll be a Brit only, and I will go and wear them out.
All right. Well, for those of you who aren't just jumped in here at the last second and didn't hear, you can always rewind, or we'll also put out the other a standalone video of this reaction to this restaurant, which I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce it right. La Paloma, or how'd you pronounce it?
La Paloma. That's the.
Okay.
And I don't know that that's right either, but it's hey,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Sounds like a good place to stop by and get some Mexican food this weekend if you are hungry and want something different, don't want to eat leftovers. We'll move over here to the next one, Egg Roll House.
Okay, so
Let me pause it.
We'll give a shout out or give a point. I don't know. I read it, saw it, experienced it. I'm not sure where this factoid is stuck in my head. But one of the two most popular nights of the year where Chinese food Chinese carryout is ordered. Do you know what they are? The night before Thanksgiving and Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Really?
Yes, but the night before Thanksgiving, Chinese food is a massive. It's a tradition for a lot of families because they're having the big meal and they're doing that. And so, Egg Roll House. This is I call this. This is a. We don't have to go all the way through the video because at the end, I'm gonna put the end out front. This is an American success story. They immigrated here. I think it was in the 70s. I think they're actually from Taiwan, maybe Taiwan or Singapore, one or the other. They immigrated here. They've had the Egg Roll House. The family has the family has done extremely well. They've had 3 children that 2 of them have gone through master's degrees and medical school, and one is went to Duke Law. And the mom and dad paid for everything with this restaurant and their hard work and what they've done. And I mean, I think that's what the American story, that's what being an American is about. And so they are, Egg Roll House has been in Radcliff, I know since, Michelle told me that before it was there was a deli that was there. And so I've known about Egg Roll House since 2006 when I moved here. But they have it's just a great family business and somewhere that I highly recommend their in-house or their carryout. I will say this, though, the service is a little unique. So depending on the mood that you catch Miss Kim in, she can be really, really great, or she can be a little short with you sometimes. So, all right, let's watch it.
House, Radcliff, Kentucky. We're starting out with a combination dinner. And that starts off with some fantastic fried wontons and some wonton soup. It would make sense. The Egg Roll House has fantastic egg rolls, and these are absolutely fantastic. All right, here's the pan-fried dumplings. These are always so good. So what's your verdict on that egg roll there, Mama?
Man, they're so hot, I had to give it a second.
Super crisp.
Yeah, so crispy, fresh. Different than other places that we go to locally, but you know what? Each one of them is special in their own way. I like a little bit of soy sauce. Man, that's fresh, that's hot, it's crispy, it's good.
This little beef egg foo young. So this is egg foo young. This is basically a Chinese omelet. We fry it in the wok with the vegetables and eggs, and then add some nice. This is beef, a nice little beef gravy over it. Mm-hmm. This is one of my favorites.
Very good.
All right, guys, here is the Warsugai combo with chicken fried rice. And Mama's got the Mongolian beef. We got it spicy. With her for chicken fried rice. This is all for like $9. Dine in only. Fantastic deal. And it has been so good tonight. Look pretty cute with that fried rice there, Mama.
Oh, let me tell you what. I'm going to bring this bowl right up to me. This is just so good. It's so pure. It's got some chicken, eggs. It's got little onions in it. It is just heavenly just by itself.
All right, Mama. You're diving into the good stuff here.
Oh, this is one of my favorites. It's Mongolian beef. It's I'm not sure what kind of cut of steak it is, but it has onions in there, and it's got the little rice noodles. It's got the most wonderful rich gravy, and I get it spicy, so it's sweet, spicy, it's so tender. It's one of my favorites.
It's not often Mama has to fix my plate. She said it looked empty, but it's empty because I've been smashing this stuff. It's fantastic. This is Warsugai, so it's a tempura chicken in a brown sauce, and it's just so good. You know, I mean, I am.
You loving it?
As they come back from their family trip, they are crushing it. It is out of the park tonight. Fantastic.
So you said family, and
so, yeah, every year they make a trip. About every year they close during the summer, at the end of the summer, and they go back home to visit family and take care of business and stuff. And the family they just do great work. And I think they, you know, when you have a restaurant that's been around 30 plus years, it just talks about how they stand the test of time. And I apologize. The last couple of videos I've kind of looked like I've been homeless because I've been working on the renovations of a rental property, trying to get it ready. And so it's funny, you get busy and it really kind of has slowed down I've been struggling for content because I haven't been out and been anywhere lately. But there's a couple of spots that I have lined up. One of them in the next little bit is a place here in Radcliff called The Spot. It's Jamaican. It's a Caribbean Jamaican place. And then I'm waiting for Jack's Wings to be set up because that's another place I want to get to. And then Etown. Hub House and Donato's Pizza are on the schedule for our next little bit. Next time we're up in Etown way. So.
It's looking like that's great. Justin just said on YouTube, commented saying the egg rolls are fire.
Yeah,
thank you, Justin, for watching on YouTube and commenting on YouTube. That doesn't happen as often for us yet. Thank you for that. What do you think makes a good wonton stew?
I think you have to have the right balance of the broth has to be rich, and then you need a meaty little dumpling in there to go with it. A lot of places, you know, it's just water with some onion and they throw some noodles in it. I think that you definitely have to. Any soup is made by the quality of the stock. I mean, that's just, you know, that's the reality of it. If you're mixing a powder or opening it, cracking a can, squeezing the box, if you're not boiling the stuff and making it, you know, using making the stock right, it's not going to be as good as it could be.
I like some beef in mine too, and those dumplings in there. I always order wonton soup every time I order Chinese. So, you know, I got a couple places, but I can't think of their names right now. You're not gonna.
You know, so Chinese food is interesting because my first experience with Chinese food is from a restaurant, a small local chain in Paducah called Chong's, and everything I have Chinese wise that I've ever been exposed to is based on. I had it first at Chong's, so I think you kind of build that construct and you make those comparisons and do that. But Michelle's first Chinese food experience was Green Bamboo, and they're starkly different. You know, they're both Chinese food, but I think, you know, one is Szechuan and the other is Cantonese style or Cantonese regional cuisine, which is kind of like the difference between northeastern and southern cuisine in the United States. It's pretty different. And so, you know, like Chong's is my all-time favorite. It was my first. You know, if I'm at home and we're visiting, I said, you know, with my kids too, they're like, "Oh, let's go to Chong's." Michelle hates it. It's just not her thing. You know, but fortunately, you know, her first and Green Bamboo or Egg Roll House both are solid enough that we can tolerate it, even though it's not what not what our first thing was at Chong's at home. Yeah, you know, Chinese food it's one of those things. I think it's the time that it takes for the sauces. It's all the same ingredients, but it's just the combination in the sauce, which is, you know, that fascinates me. It's something I would definitely like to learn more about someday.
Yeah, it does sound interesting. I've been my kid really likes the ramen soups that restaurants are now making too.
Okay,
like fancy. We call it like fancy ramen. Yeah. You know, they got all sorts of stuff in it, and that's been interesting. I also went to Duff's twice in the past 2 weeks, and have been real impressed with their food.
What did you get when you were there?
I've had like a sandwich. I forget what it was called. It was like It was like a burger, but not a burger. And then I had wings, obviously. And one of my buddies had their smash burgers, and he loved it. So it just was a good experience both times.
They have a hot roast beef sandwich that I saw when I was there that I want to go back for. If I get up that way at lunch one day, I'll do that. You know, yesterday I was in Etown for lunch, and I stopped and got the deal of the week. If you're in Etown at lunchtime and you want to get full and do it for less than $10, you need to go to Little Charlie's. You can get a couple slices and a drink for about $10. And I mean, they had one called the Jack Black I had yesterday. It was pepperoni, chicken, bacon, and barbecue sauce, and it was fantastic.
That sounds good. I know I went to Cosmic Golf on, I think it was Saturday night, and I had the hot brown egg roll there, which I don't know if you tried that, but it's really good. It's like one of my favorite things on that menu. So if you go to Cosmic Golf, get the hot brown egg roll.
Their kitchen manager, and kind of like their lead is, I think his name is Jeremy Adams. I think that's right. He used to have Adams Family Food Truck. And he and I have known each other for a little bit, and we follow each other on TikTok, and that's just, you know, I have not found the time to go, because every time it dawns on me to go, it's one of those Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I have heard that it is crazy up there at those times. So
it's calmed down now, and it's such a big place. They have space and good service, you know, because they have like 3 different bar areas with tables that are next to them. So a lot bigger.
When I want to go up there and really, you know, I need to go one afternoon and just go up there and be able to take the whole place in, do some good video, do some good footage, and then sit down and try 4 or 5 things for us to really be able to give them some promotion. Because I think that, you know, that's one of those places that if we can double down and help, it's a family, you know, locally owned family. That's I mean, they've made a huge investment in Hardin County with that facility.
Yes.
And be able to you know, and hopefully they become a place that's somewhere that I feel like I need to go a couple times a week.
Yes, and I also have a thing that somebody shared with me a minute ago about they're going to do a national putting tour at Cosmic Golf. It's part of MPT Cosmic Cup for 2025. It's happening December 6th, 2025. There'll be a 2 p.m. start, the 1:30 check-in, and they have this whole huge putting green down in the basement. But you choose your division, you pay your dues, and then you can just it's a competing thing. So all players pay $15 green fees, and then the buy-in options are professional $200, which goes into the prize pool. Amateurs for $50, beginners for $10. I'll make sure to get this shared on Hardin Local in case you're interested in doing that. But lunch.
I wonder, is that so it's like, well, because I saw something about that, and I kind of thought it was with their putt, and so I didn't know.
It's a putt.
It's not, so I didn't know if it was actually like golf putting or putting competition. That's pretty cool that they're going to do like a professional. Because if you haven't ever watched on ESPN, professional putt is crazy.
Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of what this is like, because if you haven't seen the basement at Cosmic, they have like a to scale putting course. To a course that we're not supposed to mention the brand name, but you know, it's a real well-known course. And like I say, I'll get this shared. Actually, let's share it. I'm going to share it right now. There we go. So it'll be on the Hardin Local page. And we thank you guys for joining us today. Let's check these chats, make sure. I think I mentioned them all already. We had Danny O'Brien, I guess this one, Bussin' Bites Food Truck. You got turkey corn dogs this week? I doubt it, but they might. It's a good idea, though. And then Katie said October. I'm assuming that was to her brother, which is gone now, but wanted to highlight that as well. All right. Well, we wanted to just remind you again, just to connect with us, scan this QR code up here above my head or go to hardinlocal.com. Check out our links for this week's episode. Also follow us on our other social media episodes. I also have links at hardinlocal.com for Nathaniel Bryan's for his actual Facebook page, where you can go and follow him there so he gets more followers. He's just recently turned on professional mode, so he would love for you to get over there and follow his page. Also, I have added the Experienced Eaters, Britten's Linktree link on our hardinlocal.com page for links related to this week's episode, so you can go hit that button and follow him on his social media. And we also wanted to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is just, you can search for us, Hardin Local. We put all our replays and shorts videos out there as well. So, you know, if you watch YouTube on TV like I do, you might, you know, follow us on there, and then you'll see our updates while you're browsing YouTube on your TV. Also follow us on LinkedIn. And if you don't follow us on Facebook, go ahead and hit that follow button. So we thank you guys for joining us. Britt, do you have anything else?
No, I just, I hope everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving. If you get that opportunity to spend time with your family and your friends, be truly appreciative. If you get a chance, pay that forward. Be able to help somebody if you can, and enjoy that time. And then when you get ready to when the shopping season kicks off, remember your friends and those small businesses that those local guys that need our support. Even if you've got to pay a couple bucks more, I mean, it's better to pay a couple bucks more and know you're helping them than it is to and try to get that rock bottom deal and know and find out in a couple of years when you or in a few months when you need that business, they're gone. And so that difference is they need your support. And they want to see you come in their doors, and if you don't have the money to spend, go to their social media, do the thing that I always say you do: like, comment, share, support them, follow them, promote them. If they make a post about something going on, share that, get it out there, make a comment. Do your part where you can add a little value and some equity to what they've got going on, even if you can't go in their doors and spend money with them or shop with them.
Yeah, and what I'll go ahead and do is I'll post just a post on our Hardin Local main page that just says local business sales and Black Friday, small business Saturday. And I'll just say, basically the whole point of the post will be, if you own a small business in the area, go comment on it with your sales and links to that information. We'll have that up there, and I'll pin it to the top of the page, and I'll get that done after I get off here and get me some food, because you got me hungry there, Britten, with those reviews. Thank everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next week. We didn't have a special guest this week, but we have a good one next week. So join us next week to get to know Rachel Branningham, and we will see you guys then.